Introducing Zombie Pats. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have brand new ideas for Halloween. Look behind me, guys. We have all new Halloween items. The update is officially live. Now here's a little bit of info on the update. If you're having trouble, if you updated your game, but you're not seeing any of these items in your game, you actually have to time travel to October 1st or wait till October 1st until the items activate. So that might answer a lot of questions. So this video is going to give a little bit of an intro to some of the ideas that I've been doing and giving you some tips and tricks on how to get the most out of this spooky season. So the first thing, and I see this all too often, and we are going to show this today, but I see a lot of people making these cutesy decorative pumpkin patches, and there is nothing wrong with that. I'm actually going to show mine in a little bit. But for this season, you are going to need to grow pumpkins to make all of these DIYs. So my first design idea is to not care about design. Can you believe that? And just make a giant pumpkin patch like this one here, purely to get the materials to make all of these spooky items. The spooky table. We have the spooky chair. Just grow as many pumpkins as you can. Worry about making the pumpkin patch a bit later. So if you don't know, you have to pretty much plant pumpkins. You can water them if you want. If you water them, you will get these groups of 3. So you kind of are rewarded for watering pumpkins. You probably already know that. So let's go over some of the ideas that I have today. All right, so some of the basics that you need to know is that the orange pumpkins are used for crafting, while the yellow, the white, and the green are used for customizing the items. So let's check out some examples here. Let's go to customize. And I already have some things made already for this video. So we have the classic spooky lantern. We can also, there's 4 customizations for every one of these spooky items, which is absolutely fantastic. And you'll notice that the faces on the jack-o'-lanterns will actually change. So if you want more of like a monochrome, kind of a creepier Halloween, kind of like a Tim Burton almost, there you go. You can kind of go with the monochrome. I've been leaning heavily towards the classic orange and the yellow. I just kind of like the classic look of those. Okay, now the other thing that you will see all throughout my island is, and I don't think anyone's talking about this, is that you can pretty much decide what your aesthetic is with these items. They are not limited to just Halloween, guys. So I really want to emphasize that. Maybe you're not like a big Halloween fan. I don't know how, but if you're not a Halloween fan, that's okay. So let's put some of these things here. So these 2 items right here, they're very, very much Halloween inspired, obviously. But you have an option to actually go for more of a fall aesthetic. We'll show you some examples in a bit, but all you have to do is shut the lights off, because these are like lanterns essentially. And all you have to do is turn them around, okay? And automatically, let's see, let's turn this around, and automatically you have more of a fall aesthetic, because you don't have the jack-o'-lantern carving in there, and you can go for more of a fall island, which I've been doing a lot. You'll see more examples in a bit. And let's try it on some of the other items as well. You can use them. Let's go with the scarecrow. I don't know if this one does it. Let's check this out. So there you go. Just shut the light off in the back, and then you kind of have like a blank slate, very neutral looking scarecrow. This is also a good idea once Halloween is over. You can then transition November and then have more of a neutral fall look. So that's very key. And then let's do it with my favorite item in this entire update. So this is probably my favorite transformation. So right here, we have what is a fantastic item. We have the little hay bale with the jack-o'-lantern. By the way, you can actually drop more things or place things on top of this hay bale, which I think makes it such a great item. However, let's see what this item looks like when you flip it backwards. Make sure, again, to shut off the light. And look at that, guys. You have more of a fall aesthetic for the items. So not only can you customize these items 4 different ways, you can actually turn some of these items completely around and have a whole different aesthetic. I think this is going to make your islands really pop and not be so in your face with Halloween. All right, so here is my first kind of inspiration idea for you guys. I've shown off my hayride entrance before, but with these new items and with what I just told you 5 seconds ago, you can kind of see how fall inspired this area looks. Now remember, I've taken this item, completely turned it around. This right here is, again, the jack-o'-lantern face, but I just turned it around. So it's really cool. And then all I've done here is I dropped some of the items. So dropping pumpkins is another tip. It will lower your island rating, but doing all these techniques, you have a bunch of different sized pumpkins. I feel like the dropped pumpkins look pretty good, but they're a little on the small side. So if you're putting down these jack-o'-lanterns, if you're turning around some of these items, we have a little bit of height difference, which makes like a really realistic look on your island. So again, turning around the pumpkins is so clutch, and it looks very, very fall inspired. Some of you guys might be kind of having a hard time with placing some of these crazy Halloween items. I really feel like the stacked pumpkins look very, very good in that little spot right in front of Abel's. Again, if you wanted to go for more of a fall aesthetic, just turn it around. But I feel like, well, it doesn't show now, but if you get into October, Nook's Cranny kind of gets a Halloween makeover. So I feel like they look good with the faces pointing out. But I definitely feel, you guys may have seen my spirit shop as well. I definitely feel like some of these new Halloween items will help out your Able sisters and kind of give it more of a festive look. Another great place for these spooky towers is right outside of the museum. Again, the museum really doesn't get much love during the season, so I just put 2 spooky towers outside. And then again, this is that spooky lantern, jack-o'-lantern face, which I've just turned around. I love the height difference here. And I could actually put like another dropped pumpkin here. Let me just grab one of these. I really just love the height difference with all these. And there you go. You have like a little pumpkin display, and it starts to really get a lot more personality. One more example. I have this kind of farmer's market, very fall inspired area here. And again, these are all those jack-o'-lanterns. So you might have felt like you were limited by some of these items, but they can take on a brand new aesthetic if you just turn them around. And look at this. I'm selling fresh, giant pumpkins. I think it looks so good. All right, and I said in the beginning of the video, you should have a pumpkin patch that you don't care about, that you just harvest materials from, but you should also have one that looks really, really nice. And maybe this is what you make after you've kind of gotten all your resources. But here's my brand new pumpkin patch. So this is it right here. Now I've done a few things to kind of make it a little bit more realistic. First of all, I put the barbed wire fencing all the way around. I've kind of alternated the path colors with a lighter dirt and a dark dirt. And I wanted to plant, I feel like the green pumpkins look a little bit odd. Normally, if you see green pumpkins, that means they're not ready yet. Like they're not ready to harvest. So I kind of emphasize planting a lot of the green pumpkins in my pumpkin patch. They're not ready to pick yet. They need a little bit more time. You can also see that I put some of the orange pumpkins, the single ones mostly, and then, mix it up with some yellow pumpkins. But I think the key to this is the different sizes that are going on. Again, this is my favorite item, I think. One of my favorites, this jack-o'-lantern. It's so versatile. Just turning those around, and there you go. You have like giant pumpkins that are ready to be picked. I also have my scarecrow, which I did turn it to the Halloween side. I think that it needs some spookiness. So yeah, this is my pumpkin patch, guys. I also did a couple other things to make it more realistic and seem more natural. I planted some weeds in between. I didn't fill it completely up with pumpkins. Maybe some are picked already. I dropped some sticks in some of the empty spots. So all the rows are completely filled, but some of them have weeds, some of them have sticks, some of them have green pumpkins, and some of them have these big pumpkins. Let me know what you think of my pumpkin patch, and maybe this will give you guys some inspiration for yours. And a pumpkin patch, I think, really needs a little bit of help. And I put this pumpkin patch sign, which is fantastic. I'll put that on screen for you. This is a really good pattern, and I just love the way it looks. It has that Halloween twist on it. And then again, right near me, you guessed it, another jack-o'-lantern. But since this is supposed to be a carving station, I actually turned that jack-o'-lantern all the way around like it hasn't been carved yet. And then I put, kind of sprinkled some more like little pumpkins all the way around. I think this looks fantastic. Put the hay bale here, and I'm really happy with the final product of this. Now this one I won't be harvesting in, so I don't really care about these pumpkins. This is all for show, all for aesthetic. But let me know if you guys are making a pumpkin patch that maybe you're not harvesting. I think this looks fantastic, guys. Keep in mind the green pumpkins, it really adds to it, makes it more realistic. All right, and the last thing today, guys, I've shown you these candy bowls before. This is something we were doing pre-update. I still think it looks really good, and I've shown these patterns before, but here you go again. I think they look really, really good. But, of course, we have official candy bowls, which were provided by Nintendo. So this is kind of what I'm doing. I've tried a bunch of different platforms to put these candy bowls on, but I feel like this looks the best. Now, all this is it is a ironwood chair, I believe. Bunny, how's it going? And then I kind of just put the candy bowl on top. The candy bowls are a bit difficult to make because you need candy to make them, and you can only get one piece of candy per day. So right now, I only have 2 that are built. Again, you can customize them. This is probably my favorite customization. Like this one right here has like the little cat cake pop or whatever it is, candy apple. And then over here, this is my favorite one. We have a mummy cake pop or candy apple, whatever it is, with the witch cupcake. So I think for the candy bowls, this is the way that I like it being displayed. I've tried a few other things. I've tried like a stone stool and things like that. This to me looks the most realistic, but I'm very excited what people do to kind of showcase these because this is such a good item. All right, guys. So I guess you would call this part 1 of brand new Halloween design ideas. Guys, I've been playing this nonstop. The update just came out yesterday, but I feel like this video is really helpful to those who maybe kind of want to tone down Halloween a bit, but there's plenty of ideas to go around. Pumpkin patches I wanted to address first because I feel like that's the most important thing. A lot of people are making pumpkin patches. Let me know some of your design ideas. Guys, we still haven't even used the spooky fencing, so definitely hit subscribe if you want to see what I do with this stuff. Oh my god, I have my work cut out for me. Anyway, guys, how are you liking the update? Have you not even seen it yet? Are you waiting? Exciting stuff, guys. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Peace out.